Hey there, Cancers. This is your January 2019 channeled message, Taroscope, horoscope. Apologies for getting these out a little bit later than I would have liked. I definitely enjoyed an extended break over the holidays. So just to let you guys know, I'm going to be doing generals the first of the month, and I will also be following up about a week later with love reads for the month too. So give me a comment below. Do you like that? Do you want spiritual growth? Do you want money? Let me know what you guys want. And stay tuned to the end because I got some exciting announcements. But as always, we're going to start with the channeled message from Spirit, followed up with a Celtic cross with 2 decks this month. But Cancers, here's your message from Spirit. Let it be, let it be, let it be. If you were cooking and you had a pot in the oven for a couple hours, you wouldn't reach your hand in to grab it and pull it out. Sometimes it is better to cool off and then resume the conversation. So let it be, let it be, let it be. Go off the topic for a while. As you feel better, you can revisit it. And if this is a relationship for you, not work, not something else, not a project, but it is your partner, it's okay to say something like, babe, this area right now evokes so much emotion in me that I wouldn't know how to be productive in the conversation. I would just be angry and yelling. This is a very important topic to me, and I do value this, and I do want to give this the time and respect that you want it to have. I just need a little time to let my emotions soothe in that area. Like, can we just go about the other areas of our life, and on this day and time, maybe in 3 days, maybe at the end of the week, can we reconvene on this topic? It's about knowing and letting the person know that you do prioritize the topic, you do want to talk about it, and you want to be at an emotionally stable place when you do it. You need a little bit of time before you can come back to them with a responsible or with a reasonable or with a more open mind. It's all about letting them know you do want to do it. You need time to get settled on the topic. That's what's going to help you kind of smooth things over, Cancers. Wow, guys, Cancers, I've never had them give that direct and that specific of a message. So comment below. Let me know how that resonated. Let me know what you're going through too. I'm very curious. Let's go into the tarot, the Celtic cross. I already pulled the cards to help things speed along. For the basis of the situation, you got the World upright and the Alchemy. Wow. Now I really want to know how this message is resonating, Cancers, considering what they said versus the basis of your month. So the basis of your month is definitely you are going through a kind of a complete 180 change, and it's definitely a positive one, and they're both upright, and it's coupled with the Alchemy, and the World tends to be really good change anyway. It's kind of like it's the journey's full circle, the journey is full da-da-da. I just said da-da-da-da. The journey is coming to an end. So it's kind of like, let's apply this to relationship situations, since that's what spirits said in the message for you. It's kind of like you started dating someone. That would be the Ace of Cups. Then you kind of moved along and made it something. That would be like the Ten of Cups. Then you went to the Knight of Cups, progressing things. Then the Queen of Cups. Hey, we're a team, not just dating anymore. Now you're like on the topic of marriage, full circle, a huge step that's going to take you happy. But let's say like an old fear got evoked, like maybe your parents were divorced. So you're like, I love her, I want this, but holy shit, I'm feeling pressure and I'm feeling bad. Go ahead, do the shadow work, do the inner child work of like, where is this feeling coming from? And then you'll go back and realize, oh, my parents divorced when I was 7 and it was bitter and it was ugly. So of course I want to get married and I feel a little afraid. I don't want to go through that ugly split. If you have the conversation with the person before you have that realization, there's going to be a part of you that's approaching the conversation from a place of fear. Okay? So have that realization first that where is this fear coming from? Where is this pressure coming from? Because it might be something like, babe, look, I do want to marry you. I just right now, can we just keep it between you and me? We start planning it. Maybe tell some of our close friends and family. Don't announce anything on Facebook yet. If we wait until after the month, it would help my career in this way. So do you see how that's kind of, you're coming to something full circle? And it's going to be really good for you, whatever it is. It's going to take you to the next chapter of your life, and it's going to feel good and be amazing. It's just about communicating the how, the when, because let's use the example of, let's say it is marriage, and your girl's like, oh my God, ring, I wanted 2 photos. And you're like, wait, hold on. If we announce it in 2 weeks, it will be after I have my investor meeting and I want to fundraise and close Series A, Series B for my company. I don't want the investors thinking that I'll be more focused on my wedding and not giving my company time. So I want to do both. Can we wait 2 weeks? And honestly, guys, gals, if your person cannot chill for 2 weeks from social media and announcing it, they aren't the ones for you. They should respect your business and your wishes to wait 2 weeks to announce it. So it's just about you being honest with both of those. Okay, so in terms of what's crossing that, the energy that's the challenge to that, oh, look, this is so interesting. It does have to do with the page of Ariel, which is about communication, very likely about the work sector of your life, your work, your business, your career, your hobby, how you make money. And it's something about the delay is actually more about you can get a better result. So it's about knowing that if you take the time to fully align the energy, like they said in the general message, you're going to discover that there's a new way to approach the topic, or there's an even bigger dream that you could get. Maybe it's something like, babe, look, like, hold on, if you await announcing this, I submitted an entry to a wedding giveaway, and they're going to give us like up to $50,000 towards our dream wedding. But part of the rules are we can't announce it anywhere yet because the show wants to announce it. Like it might be, so you might get something better by this waiting, by this communication. There's definitely something really good coming your way, but if you kind of just be honest about where any fear is coming from and communicate it, you're going to get an even better result. Guys, what? Let me know what's going on. That's so good in your life. And especially coupled with what Spirit said. This is a very interesting read, Cancers. Fill me in, please. I would love to know. In terms of the reason, this is like the basis of the basis. This is the underlying reason why everything we just covered is coming up. You got the Ace of Ariel. So you hit the lucky streak, essentially, Cancers. You hit the lucky streak. And it's kind of like that time period where you've been wanting change, you've been wanting something new, you've been doing the energy work for huge change in your life, and you didn't see any results right away. But now it's kind of like it's all starting to creep in. Because the Spirit's got your back on this one. The universe has got your back on this one. It's just make sure. This is all really, really good. Just make sure that you do the moment to tap into where's the fear coming from, where's the uneasiness coming from. Because it looks like in the recent past. Oh, it looks like in the recent past, you had a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, and you had a lot of like worry. And it's essentially the worry and anxiety came from you didn't feel safe. So maybe it's something about you didn't feel safe. So it very likely did have to do with your livelihood and your career and your work. So this would look like, I do need to raise Series B. I do need to get a loan from a business. Hey, babe, let's like wait to announce about our wedding because I don't want the bank thinking that I'm just misspending my money. You were definitely very worried about something and it triggered your sense of safety. So that's why you're a little, even though you know it's really, really good, you're just a little tentative about it. So self-soothe and self-validate on that. In terms of what's going on in the current moment, okay, the current moment, you're not quite getting what you want yet. And there's a little bit of fear and anxiety around it. So it is a lot less than what it was in the past, because the Nine of Michael is the extreme card of internal thoughts. And it tends to be this, oh, just to let you know, this combo does tend to be more, it's more like self-inflicted. It's more self-inflicted worry than what's actually going on. It's kind of like the investors said they would invest, but they haven't cut the check yet. My boss said I was getting a bonus in January, but I haven't gotten it yet. So you're going to sit there and worry about it. This is definitely more, you're just in a lot of worry that's a little bit more self-inflicted. It has calmed down a bit since the past, because now it's just whatever you've wanted. It hasn't come in yet. And it's easy to go into a little bit of a, but what if this? Oh, and what if this happened? The what if game. Like the what if game. Don't let the what if game fuck with your thoughts. Don't skip the paranoia. Just go, I'm feeling uneasy. I feel uncomfortable. I sure wish I would feel better if I knew XYZ right now. Of course I do. Anyone would feel that way. I'm going to go ahead and focus my mind on this. Try to do that versus playing the what if game in your mind, guys. No one needs to be there. Okay, in terms of what's coming up ahead for you in the future, oh, interesting. You got the Justice card reversed and the Worthiness. So there's definitely, as of right now, this is an energy snapshot at the time. There's definitely something coming ahead that you don't think is fair. And it definitely has to do with what you think. It's a belief system of yours that allowed this unfair situation to come up. So let's stick with the story of, let's say it's marriage and you're like, babe, yes, of course I want to propose to you. I love you and I want to tell our friends and family, call them. But we need to tell everyone to hold off on public announcements for 2 weeks. You might get that, that one person in the family who's just the fucking blabbermouth and an a-hole. They go and post about it, and then in your meeting with your investors, they grill you on it. It's just something like that where it's going to be a little unfair. Why didn't you tell us you were getting married? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, you got to put up with bullshit because someone else couldn't keep their mouth shut. That's unfair. So there's something coming up in the future that's unfair, but the spirit guides want to say, but if you would take it kind of seriously about what we said and have that conversation, babe, I want to do that. Can we wait until Sunday when I have a more clear mind so I could solely focus on us? If you just take the time to do the energy first, identify the fear, everything we talked about, you can avoid this. So they're saying this is avoidable. It's about you knowing that, let's stick with the marriage analogy. It's about knowing that you're worthy of a partner who can get past their excitement about oh my God, my dream wedding's going to come here. Let's say you get that chick who's just so freaking excited and gets so caught up in emotions. That's part of the reason why you love her and you like her. But it could also be, babe, I can't wait. I'm so excited. No, that's her being a little dismissive to you. So it's about knowing that you can have that partner who's fun and excitable and who can honor how you feel. Respect if it's better to wait to announce for you. She might say something like, babe, this is going to kill me for 2 weeks. Okay, I get it. I'm going to wait for you, but this doesn't make me happy. That's a healthier response. That's the chick you want to marry. You don't want to marry the other one who's, yeah, babe, I couldn't keep my mouth shut for 2 weeks. Like, you might want to reconsider who you're marrying. Okay, guys, I hope that kind of helps you avoid this. Because my bias in all of this is I want you to live life in outrageous joy. In terms of your personal power this month is whatever conversation you're avoiding it because you want to avoid a disaster. But because you're avoiding the conversation, you're also not getting any peace or tranquility in your life. So it's kind of like I do not want to have the conversation with my newly engaged fiance about not posting about it. I don't want to deal with her BS, her backlash. But by you avoiding it, you're causing yourself that unnecessary stress of, damn, but if she posts, my investors are going to find out. What if she posts, my investors are going to find out. And you're like nail biting all your nails off and worry because you're trying to avoid a disaster with the person. And this might apply to work. It might apply to maybe a relationship with your doctor. whoever it might be, I've been using the example of a marriage proposal in this one. It's definitely causing a lack of sleep. So your personal power this month is kind of put on the big boy pants, have the conversation that you're trying to avoid, because it's going to help you avoid a bigger fallout later. And I don't even want to call it a fallout, but it's going to help you avoid and even you putting on the big boy pants, the big girl pants, and having that difficult conversation that doesn't feel comfortable is going to help you avoid an even more uncomfortable conversation in the future. And you'll at least get some sleep in the meantime. So your personal power was to do it. Put on the big boy pants. Big girl pants, for my beautiful transgender people, it would be put on their pants. Put on the big their pants. They pants. I don't know. Okay, in terms of, this is your outside influences card. Wow, outside influences is definitely trying to let you know. Wow. Is that it's really time, ready, set, go, to really prioritize how you feel at work, how you feel about work, how you feel about how much you make, how you feel while you serve your clients, how you feel at the 9 to 5, how you feel with your coworkers. It's really time to prioritize, like, essentially how you feel in general, and make that high on your list of priorities, especially around work. Like, it is time to reevaluate work and make sure that work is supporting your life outside of work instead of taking away from it. You know, and how, if we want to stick with the analogy of your fundraising, but I mean, if you're holding back talking about getting married to investors, like, maybe it's time to evaluate, well, I want investors who get it. I want investors who know that I'm going to be all in for my business and spending their money wisely for growth and getting the phenomenal results, and I could get married. You know, you want the investors who would, oh, okay, so I see that you're going to get married in the investment. Well, you know, it does bring up a little concern of, are you serious about the business? Which one are you going to be more focused on? You get the chance to respond with, that's a great concern. I'm so glad you brought it up now. I got to let you know, I take both very seriously, but, you know, I've had this conversation with my future wife, and she's actually going to be handling most of the planning, the logistics. So she's going to go see the venues, narrow it down to the top 2, and then I'm going to go just once a week. Every Sunday, her and I are going to do our wedding thing. Then the investor will be like, oh, okay, so that makes sense. One day a week you're going to focus on your wedding, but the other days you're going to focus on the business. I respect that. If you get an investor who's like, no, you need 7 days a week, 24 hours, 7 on the company, you don't want that kind of investor, because it's not prioritizing how you feel. Yes, God, there's something definitely going on. Let me know, Cancer, let me know. In terms of your hopes or fears for this month, wow, it looks like, so there's definitely a little bit of fear around business, a little fear around money. There's a little bit of fear of, can you have it all? Can I have the amazing business, the amazing partner? Can I have it all? So there's just definitely, whatever conversation you're trying to avoid, it's because there's a fear of, can something like this happen for someone like me? But they want to give you a little bit of hope that, like, yes, your life is turning on a new dawn. It's a new era for you. You kind of can have it all. It's kind of like the whole, you got to be okay with having good things happen. It's kind of, have you guys ever had that, had the situation where someone offers you something really good and you're like, oh, no, that's too much. I couldn't possibly accept that. That's this one. You got to recognize, wow, I can't believe a little bit of unworthiness is coming up right now. I can't believe I'm feeling a little bad, a little guilty about receiving such a beautiful thing. I'll deal with my emotions. Thank you for this beautiful thing. Still receive, guys. Still receive. In terms of the outcome for this month, interesting. You got the King of Raphael reversed. A lot of these cards are about relationship and work, guys. A lot of your cards are on relationship and work. So King of Raphael is that you're just not feeling fully confident in your relationship. You're not feeling fully nourished. There's just like a little bit of a lack of confidence in your relationship at the end of this month. And the part that you're playing in this, if you have that chick who's going to ignore your wishes and post anyway, it is going to, obviously, that would knock anyone's confidence of, is this the right person for me to marry or not? The part that you're playing in it, though, is that you're taking on too much in your life. So you got the big O, so simplify your life upright is, hey, it's okay to say no to some activities. When it's reversed, it means that you're even unaware. You're not tapped into your own emotions enough to be aware that you're taking on too much. You're just kind of going from one task to the next, to the next, to the got to go on the date, got to talk to the investors, got to go sleep, wake up, gym, coffee, work. Like, whew, you're taking on too much and you're not even aware that you're taking on too much. So I would encourage I don't know about a value list. I would encourage just write categories, all the categories in your life, and then write sub things underneath them that you do, and then just evaluate which ones bring you joy, which ones bring you positive upliftment in your life, which ones bring a mediocre neutral feeling, which ones drag you down. Are these things that you could outsource to other people? Are these things that you could just boot it out of your life? And I know that sometimes, let's say it's a friendship, it can be hard to end a friendship that you've had for 5-10 years. But if it was one that was built on faulty grounds, but you've now risen to a new sense of self-worth, a new sense of self-esteem, sometimes a 3-month-old friendship is more supportive and nourishing than a 3-year relationship. But it can feel hard to end it. But you got to do you, Cancer. You got to do you. Okay, Cancers. So I'm going to send you some love and compassion with this. It does look like it's an overall. There's a lot of movement in your life. There's a lot of good things coming for you. You just got to navigate a difficult conversation that you're trying to avoid, and really prioritize how you feel with work and making money and with clients, whatever type of work you do. So if you guys are still listening, I would much appreciate a thumbs up, a subscribe. Those are 2 powerful ways, or a comment below. Those are 3 powerful ways that you can really show some support back. I appreciate it. To all of you who donate, I have been appreciating that so, so much. I always get a bit of a good feeling in my chest whenever there's a donation from $1 to 100. Like, thank you. If you'd like to donate, there's a PayPal Me link below. And for this month, Spirit has guided me to offer up private individual videos for people. So if you would like a video like this made just for you, there's a link for that down below, and after you'll be redirected to a typical checkout page. After you purchase, you'll see a form where you could submit your questions. I will answer them for you. But I'm also going to channel Spirit for you so that you get answers to the questions that you didn't even know you had to ask. So I love you guys bunches, and I'll start working on the love reads soon. Mwah.